further out, so that's why it just disappeared. No concerns. Once we resume approach, it will come back.
We copy all. We just talked about that, and glad it matches what we thought we saw. Thanks.
Awesome. VVO was reading your mind.
NASA's Zena Cardman in the cupola talking to Aki Hoshide of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, the veteran astronaut who is the spacecraft communicator today, discussing the cross-comparison of LiDAR sensor data as they prepare for the final phase of the HTV-X's approach for its grapple. And there's our view for the first time of the HTV X-1. You can clearly see the thruster firings as the HTV X-1 holds position at the 250-meter mark. This is the brand new cargo ship from the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, launched from the Tanegashima Space Center on Saturday night U.S. time, Sunday morning Japan time. We're in a handover between satellites on our tracking and data relay satellite system. The International Space Station is currently crossing the coast of Washington State, moving from northwest to southeast. A good view of HTV X-1. The flight control teams are discussing the status of the vehicle's systems in preparation for a go-no-go poll to resume its approach to the next hold point of 30 meters and to continue with an approach and retreat demonstration. HTV-X moving in concert with the International Space Station at a speed of about 5 miles per second, but in relative distance to each other, currently holding at 250 meters. A final systems check is being conducted by the JAXA engineers at the HTV Control Center in Tsukuba, Japan. Once HTV-X is berthed to the nadir port, the Earth-facing port of the Harmony module, its parking place will be right next door to the Northrop Grumman Cygnus cargo craft, which is mated to the Earth-facing port of the Unity module. HTV X-1 flying over the Rockies, moving towards the southeastern quadrant of the state of Colorado. The visiting vehicle officer here in Mission Control reports that the next pair of demonstration tests, the LiDAR sensor demonstration and the hold and retreat demonstration, will be conducted here shortly. Again, that data is valuable to ensure that the HTV-X can retreat away from the station on crew command if required, in the event of a systems issue that would crop up in the terminal phase of this rendezvous. Each of these demonstrations expected to last about 5 minutes in duration. HTV X-1 and the International Space Station now crossing the border between Oklahoma and Texas. HTV X1 just about to pass off the coast of Louisiana. Again, flying from northwest to southeast, an evaluation of LiDAR sensor data is underway. This is navigational data that updates the HTV-X's computers regarding its relative range away from the space station and its rate of closure once that resumes a short time from now. This view from external cameras on the International Space Station showing Hurricane Melissa. It is currently packing winds of 105 miles an hour as it moves north-northeast at a speed of 14 miles an hour, departing southeastern Cuba after wreaking havoc and devastation on the western portion of Jamaica yesterday with record winds of 185 miles an hour. Again, a view from an altitude of 260 miles as the space station flies just to the west of Hurricane Melissa. This is Mission Control Houston, back to a view of the HTV X1 holding at 250 meters, about to continue on, pending approval by Flight Director Fiona Antkowiak here in Mission Control. Flight Director Fiona Antkowiak here in Mission Control is completing her poll of her flight control team before informing the HTV-X flight director in Tsukuba, Japan. Next up will be the retreat performance demonstration, where the crew will be sending retreat commands from its post in the cupola. This occurring prior to HTV-X entering the keep-out sphere. Once again, the HTV-X cargo craft, the brand new cargo craft from the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, still holding steady at 250 meters, about to be given approval to conduct a retreat demonstration, essentially a test of an approach abort capability should that become necessary. One of several hold points and demonstration points, as the HTV-X resides at the moment directly below the International Space Station.
Station Houston on 2 for HTV-X. SIPC and MCC Houston are ready for the HTV-X approach from 250 meters. Expect approach to resume shortly and stand by for the retreat demo.
Copy. Expecting the approach to resume shortly, and we will also expect the retreat demo.
Good copy.
Aki Hoshide, the spacecraft communicator, informing Zena Cardman aboard the station that all of the flight control teams are go for the resumption of approach to the station from 250 meters and for the retreat demonstration, in which Cardman will be sending commands to HTV-X to essentially stop and back away and then resume approach, testing its capability to perform that function should it become necessary. HTV-X at the International Space Station, flying 260 miles over northwestern Brazil. Moving from northwest to southeast in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. Cardman is joined in the cupola by JAXA astronaut Kimiya, who will be at the controls of the station's Canadarm2 robotic arm to reach out and grapple HTV-X once it arrives 10 meters away from that capture point. And HTV-X now back on the move, resuming its approach from 250 meters.
Station Houston on 2 for HTV-X. HTV-X has resumed approach from 250 meters. Per step 3 in 1.102, you are go to arm the retreat command, then command retreat when HTV-X range is 225 meters. How copy?
Okay, copy. HTV-X has resumed the approach, and we are go in step 3 for the retreat command. We will issue that command when we are at prior range 225 meters.
That's a good copy.
Now standing by for the crew to issue the retreat command. The retreat command has been sent.
Houston station for HTV-X. Prior range is 241. We have issued retreat ready. Retreat arm is flashing. We will be ready at prior range 225 for the execute command.
Copy and concur.
HTV-X now in a planned retreat. This is a crew command from the cupola.
Houston station, retreat command has been executed. We see go to retreat point for the visiting vehicle submode and good lights on the HTV-X command panel.
Copy all.
Good response by HTV-X reported by Zena Cardman, confirmed by the flight controllers here in Houston.
Station Houston on 2 for HTV-X. HTV-X is in retreat mode. Expect HTV-X to slow its approach, then retreat to 250 meters.
Copy. We see HTV-X in retreat mode, expecting its rate will slow and then it will retreat to 250 meters.
Good copy.
HTV-X performing as advertised. This is the final major near-field demonstration of the HTV's systems prior to its moving into the keep-out sphere to the next hold point at 30 meters away from the International Space Station. We are standing by for the completion of this retreat demonstration prior to HTV-X resuming its approach up the radial vector towards the station and an eventual grapple point just 10 meters away from the international outpost. HTV-X currently flying in formation with the International Space Station off the coast of South America, moving from northwest to southeast over the South Atlantic. The retreat demonstration, based on crew command from the cupola, has been completed and is met the pass-fail criteria. So the evaluation is continuing here in the flight control room as HTV-X is poised to resume its approach for its capture with the space station's robotic arm. We are standing by for the final approval from Flight Director Fiona Antkowiak to resume approach from 250 meters. This slow crawl up the radial vector is deliberate to test the HTV-X's systems prior to its arrival in close proximity to the station for its eventual grapple by Kimiya of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency using the station's robotic arm.
Station Houston 2 for HTV-X. Confirm 250 meter hold per step 4 in 1.102.
Copy. Working step 4 to confirm 250 meter hold.
Good copy.
And with that call from Aki Hoshide to Zena Cardman, the retreat demonstration is now complete.
Confirmed per step 4. Good 250-meter holds. All lights on the HTV-X command panel match, and visiting vehicle mode and submode and prior range are good to go.
Copy all, thanks.
So the retreat demonstration is complete, and HTV-X has passed all of its criteria for all of its near-field demonstrations at this point. We're expecting the resumption of approach to the station to commence shortly.